Hey there, everyone. My name's Anthony Avina, and welcome to On Request Magazine Presents the Edge of Sanity Podcast, Episode 2. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Um, get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/OnRequestMagazine. Link will be down in the description of this video. With over 150,000 titles to choose from, on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player, Audible is definitely the choice for you for your audiobook needs. Make sure you guys check that out. I am currently listening to False Memory by Dean Koontz. It's a great story. I loved reading the novel, and listening to it is even better. It's a great tale of, it's a mystery. This group of people all come down with mysterious phobias and that really hinder them in their daily activities, and it turns out that it may not be all in their head. So make sure you pick up your copy of this book or any other book with a free Audible trial today. Alright guys, I have quite a few news items I wanted to go over today. This is the second episode of our podcast. Welcome to those of you who are new. Those of you who have seen this podcast before, I appreciate it. This is a weekly podcast that we do where you do a news roundup type of thing. We go over everything from film, television, music, books, comic books, video games, YouTube, online entertainment in general, and more. So if you guys have any comments or questions about any of the news items I read today, make sure you leave those comments in the description, in the comment section, I should say. And if you have any other comments that don't have anything to do with this video, feel free to leave them. I'll be on here live as I read these news items. So make sure you help spread the word about this video. If you leave the hashtag AskAvinaVlogs or AvinaVlogs or hashtag OnRequestMagazine, I'll be happy to look those up on the social media and answer them as we go along here, or anytime really. So all social networking links will also be in the description below, so if you want to see anything of mine personally, the magazine, anything like that, make sure you go to the description and you follow those links, including the Audible trial. So, here we go with the first news item of the day. First thing I want to talk about, of course, movie-wise, is Marvel. Marvel recently began production on Ant-Man, finally. After months and months of going through writers, directors, losing and hiring actors, they finally have gotten down and set to start filming. And the first pictures of Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly have come up. I have the pictures here. This is our high-tech equipment that we have. I have the pictures here on my iPhone. As you can see, this is from Marvel Entertainment, and this is the first set photo of Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, who's going to be playing one of the men as Ant-Man. Here you can see this photo. You can see he's kind of got a scar on his eyebrow already, and he's been in trouble. It's kind of a very different look for Paul Rudd. When we scroll along here, you can see different photos of him on the set. See him there. There, I think that's it. Now here is one of him and Evangeline Lilly. And that is her new look for the film. Very different from Lost, obviously. Also, it was recently announced that John Slattery, who is well known for his role on Mad Men as Roger, is going to be returning to the Marvel Universe as Howard Stark, Tony Stark's father. He was Howard Stark in Iron Man 2 in some of the home found footage videos that Robert Downey Jr.'s character found. He's going to be returning as Howard Stark, and it's believed that he will have some sort of interaction with Michael Douglas, who plays Hank Pym, the original owner of the Ant-Man monocle. Also joining is rapper T.I., and although his role is unknown, he is very well known as a character actor as well. Also some movie news from Marvel. it's recently been announced through the rumor mill, of course, as nothing has been officially confirmed, but that after Ant-Man, all future Marvel films will not tell origin stories for their new characters. All their new characters will already have been established in the Marvel Universe and already be the heroes that they're known for in the comics. For example, in Doctor Strange, instead of getting an origin story about how he became Doctor Strange, when the film begins, he will already be Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. And so, if we could take that for example, films such as Black Panther, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, the Inhumans, and other properties that are sure to come out in the future years, these heroes will already be established in the Marvel Universe, and we will not be subjected to slowly built up origin stories, which would be a fantastic change of pace and is a smart move on Marvel's part if they do this, because most superhero films nowadays, unless they're a sequel, always start off with an origin story. And as someone was very clear to point out, how many times are we going to have to see Uncle Ben get shot and gunned down in a Spider-Man movie? You know, so there's only so much origin the audience can handle until you get to a point where we know these characters already, and we should give the audience the benefit of the doubt. So, if this is true, it is a very smart move on Marvel's part, and we are looking forward to seeing how this pans out in the future years. Now on to the DC Comics side of things. Set photos have been released from DC Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, sorry. The new pictures showcase Henry Cavill in his new Superman outfit. The suit has changed a little bit, as you can see. Here's another photo of him. You see he's got the robe to protect him and his look until he gets into the scene. Also included were some pictures of some of the supporting cast members who have yet to get their official roles released, including, I think it's Scott or Scoot McNairy. You can see him there. Now, while they don't show it in this photo, another photo was recently taken of him in the same outfit, but with his legs covered in green screen material. Now, rumors are going around that this means he could possibly be playing the Flash in the film. Nothing's been confirmed yet. The Flash or supervillain Metallo is also a good choice. But until we get news on official casting, this is all rumor and conjecture right now. Also in the film is Holly Hunter, who I believe is playing a U.S. Senator in the film. And, let me see, Teo Akamoto. You can see her right there. She is also in the film, but her role is not yet known. Possibly Mercy Graves, Lex Luthor's assistant, but who knows right now. Those are all the set photos from recent films. It was also recently announced that DC Comics Batman v Superman is going to be heading to Morocco for some scenes that they want to film. Nothing is confirmed yet what the scenes are going to entail, but many are believing that this is going to be showcasing Wonder Woman's home of Themyscira, which is a Greek island for the Amazons, very hidden from the world. So if this is true, that could mean we were getting a little bit of backstory or a little bit of interaction of Wonder Woman in her home world, in her home element, I should say. So that is the DC and Marvel news, of course. That's what we always start with. Our movie pick of the week is actually If I Stay, starring Chloe Grace Moretz and Jamie Blackley. Moretz is playing a young girl named Mia, who's torn between going after her dreams of studying music at Juilliard and being with the man that she loves, Adam. However, a simple family drive through the countryside takes a deadly turn when the car crashes, and she finds herself having an out-of-body experience. when she is out of her body, she realizes that she's fighting for her life, that she's caught between life and death, and she has to decide whether she stays, she lives, and she goes down a path that she never saw herself going, or whether or not she lets go. Um, so yeah, that is our pick of the week. It's a great love story. It's about love, life, and how fast and quick the future that you imagine for yourself can change with one decision, one event, one action, and one life. So that is our pick of the week. If I Stay is in theaters this Friday. Make sure you go check it out. Um, Now on to television. Recently, we got the privilege of watching a screening of Gotham, the new hit Fox show that is going to be coming out September 22nd, 2014, just a few weeks away. Gotham was truly amazing, and if the pilot is any indication of what the show is going to be like, I would not be surprised if this gets picked up for many seasons. The story of the show is this is the origin story of some of the biggest, well, of Gotham City, I should say, and of all the major players that it produced in DC Comics. It follows James Gordon, who in the comics goes on to become Commissioner James Gordon, who works with Batman closely. This follows Gordon as he is a rookie detective who gets the call with his partner Harvey Bullock to investigate the murders of Martha and Thomas Wayne. After promising the surviving son, Bruce Wayne, who, if you don't know, goes on to become Batman in the comics, that he will catch his parents' killer, he begins going through the streets of Gotham and overturning some of the darker underbelly tones of this very corrupt city, dealing with mobsters, corrupt cops, dirty politicians. Gordon soon realizes that he is just one man, and sometimes getting to the bottom of things isn't always as easy as it seems. Playing James Gordon is Ben McKenzie, and he was fantastic in this pilot. The first 10 minutes alone were, emotional and action-packed and very gets down to what the show's all about. It's a very noir type of film, type of story, I should say. The show is great. It sticks true to the comics lore. It does a great job of introducing some of the future villains that Batman will have to face. Edward Nygma, who will go on to be the Riddler in the future, is introduced along with a young girl named Pamela, who will end up becoming Poison Ivy later down the road. We also get our introduction to a young girl who will go on to be Catwoman. And a man who will end up becoming one of the biggest crime bosses in Gotham, Penguin, when he was first, a low-level enforcer kind of guy. Jada Pinkett Smith plays Fish Mooney, a very well-known mobster who works for Gotham's biggest crime lord, Carmine Falcone. And then Harvey Bullock is played by Donald Logue. I can never say his last name, I'm sorry. He was on Sons of Anarchy and Terriers. He's a great actor. And this show is just amazing. I love the storytelling. I love the character growth that happened all in just one episode. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the season plays out. This is going to be a great introduction to Gotham's biggest villains and vigilantes. James Gordon is definitely going to be the focal point of this show and the heart of this show, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that plays out. So make sure on September 22nd you guys tune into Fox to see the premiere of Gotham. It's going to be great. Now on to our TV reviews. Our review of the week is going to be for Teen Wolf on MTV. The episode was episode 9 of season 4, the title Perishable, and it was amazing. We are getting into the end of the season where some answers are revealed. The season-long mystery has been who is the benefactor. If you guys haven't been watching the season, I'm not going to get into spoilers because I don't want to reveal too much, but basically the main outline of the season is the benefactor is this mysterious figure who is hiring assassins to come and wipe out anyone with supernatural ties in this town, Beacon Hills. This week, some answers were revealed on who the benefactor is, although we don't know what the benefactor's motivations are yet. The best acting of the episode so far was from Holland Roden, who plays Lydia, and Dylan O'Brien, who plays Styles. They had a great episode this week. Their chemistry was great, and they definitely, because they are the least supernatural in the bunch, they really pull on the heartstrings for you, and they're just fantastic acting in this. Highly recommend watching this if you haven't yet, either if you have it recorded or if you want to watch it on demand. Teen Wolf was definitely our pick of the week on television. It was a great episode. With only a few episodes left, this is definitely the one to watch. You want to see how the rest of the season plays out, so make sure you guys go check it out. Now on to music news. Excuse me, guys. All right. Taking the top spot on Billboard's top 200 album list this week was Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Volume 1. For those of you who don't know what this album is, it is the official soundtrack from the film Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel. It was also a very big plot point for one of the characters in the film. The music that is on this album is actually the music played throughout the whole movie and featured in this plot point. And it actually is a big deal for news-wise, because not only is it a soundtrack that took the top spot, but it's the very first movie soundtrack that hasn't had any original music put onto the album to take the #1 spot. Every song on this album was a 70s or 80s hit song. From the Jackson 5 to the Runaways. This album was full of hits from the 70s and 80s, and not a single new song was put on. So for a song filled with older songs to take the top spot in an age where, Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift are typically taking top spots, this was a great win. And it was a fantastic album. I highly recommend you guys seeing it. Seeing the film and listening to the music, I should say. In other Billboard news, Ariana Grande took the top Artist 100 spot this week on Billboard. She became the first female artist to lead this list. What this Artist 100 does is it provides the first weekly ranking dedicated to measuring artist activity across Billboard's most influential charts, including the Billboard Hot 100, Billboard 200, and Social 50. So combining all those lists together, she was the top spot, and she's the first female to do so. I believe she has 4 songs that are in the top 100 songs right now, so that's pretty impressive. She surged ahead to become the top artist after a 54% surge in overall points, including digital song sales. So yeah, those are the top Billboard items this week. For us, we wanted to do a must-watch artist of the week. And if you guys follow us on Facebook, you will already know this from our news feed today. But an emerging artist that we're very proud of, that we think has great potential and is going to do very, very well in the music world, is Emmy Bachman. Emmy Bachman is from, she is from Still, Ohio, and she is a mixture of pop and alternative rock kind of music. She just released her EP last month, Stranger, and she also released an official music video on her YouTube channel for the self-titled album or single Stranger. She is an emerging artist who definitely does not adhere to big label decisions at all. She's an independent artist who I believe is residing in Tennessee right now, Nashville, Tennessee, making a name for herself through her own work. Her artistry is quite clear in her music. Her lyrics are very much in the realm of storytelling rather than just random lyrics. Each song is a story that tells her story, and the music is just great. Her vocals are soothing and soulful, to say the least. She's definitely an emerging artist that we're very excited to see where she goes in the future, and that's why she is on Request Magazine's Spotlight of the Week for must-watch artists. And finally, we're going to move on to our YouTube Spotlight. First, before we do our YouTube Spotlight of the Week, we want to give a special shout out to Grace Helbig, who once again is dominating headlines. For she recently announced a new podcast that she is putting on called Not Too Deep. In this podcast, she is focusing on the comedic side of things rather than doing interviews that get too deep emotionally. She is going to be having YouTube friends and just YouTubers in general come onto her podcast and talk about these funny, insane, off-the-wall topics that, like her title promises, will not get too deep emotionally. With the announcement of a television show, an online television show that she's been doing, Hey USA, a brand new book that she's written, and now a podcast, she's definitely been busy this year, especially after launching a brand new channel in January. She's really dominating the YouTube scene right now, and that's why she deserves a special shout out just for herself. She's done a fantastic job, and I can't wait to hear what her podcast sounds like. So make sure you guys go check her out. Grace Helbig. Now on to our YouTube Spotlight of the Week. Generally, what we do is we take a single YouTuber, a single online personality, musician, anyone who's on YouTube or online at all, entertaining people, and we give them a special shout out. Well, something that I think everyone knows about at this point that has dominated the world right now is the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. For those of you who don't know what ALS is, stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or if you don't know that term, it's Lou Gehrig's disease. It is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. It's a very bad disease, and what happened is celebrities, musicians, actors, actresses, everyone in the entertainment world has been taking the Ice Bucket Challenge, where they get a bucket of ice water and they dump it over their head and then donate money to the cause. Now, most thought this was just a fad, but after looking at the numbers, last year, ALS research during the same 3-week period raised $1.9 million. As of today, they have raised over $15 million this year, all thanks to this Ice Bucket Challenge, and they've raised quite a bit of awareness about ALS, which is great because the more attention that this organization gets, the more they can do research-wise to try and find a cure, and hopefully one day we'll live in a society where ALS no longer exists, where there's a cure for it. This is a great thing, and YouTubers have been getting in on the action. From big-time YouTubers like Shane Dawson and Megan Nicole to lower, YouTubers like me. I haven't specifically done it, but bigger YouTubers and smaller YouTubers have all gotten together to showcase this great cause, and I think it's fantastic. I think that's why they deserve the YouTube Spotlight of the Week. So this Spotlight of the Week is for the entire YouTube community who has participated in this challenge. It's a great cause, very well done, and not only is it something popular and fun that people do, it raises quite a bit of awareness about the disease, and that's why it is our YouTube Spotlight of the Week. If you can donate, make sure you go to the ALS website, and where they have a donate button, and you can donate what you feel is appropriate to this cause. If you're not able to donate and are physically able to do the Ice Bucket Challenge, make sure you do so to help raise awareness. Because it's not only a fun challenge, it's a great way to help spread the word about what ALS exactly is and how we can help stop it. So, thank you guys. That is our YouTube Spotlight of the Week. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. Very great vlog or great podcast today. Thank you guys for checking it out. In the comments below, make sure you tell us what you thought of today's news items, particularly the Ice Bucket Challenge. Have you heard of ALS? Do you know what ALS is? Have you been affected by it? Have you participated in the Ice Bucket Challenge? Make sure you leave those comments down below and tell us what you thought of today's podcast. I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for checking it out. This is a weekly podcast that we do, so make sure every week you tune into Avina Vlogs to see when the next episode will be. Yeah, I thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out that Audible trial for a free 30-day trial. The link will be down in the description below. Also, make sure you check out the website. Not only on the website are we going to have reviews for everything that we talked about today in my section and everyone else's section of the website. We also have the Audible banners up so that you can click on those. You'll find all news items related to music, television, games, movies, comic books, video games, all that fun stuff you'll find there. You'll also see interviews that our great editor and interviewer, Christina Avina, will have done. I know she recently just did an interview today, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to listen or watch any of those interviews, you can go to the website. You can also go to our official podcast, which if you're listening to this podcast right now, you'll know where the podcast is. The link will be in the description below as well. Or you can go to our YouTube channel, Honor Quest Magazine. The channel URL is actually Rock Honor Quest Magazine. That used to be the name of our magazine, but now it's Honor Quest Magazine is the title. There are reviews up now of albums. I recently just did a review of Slash's latest album with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. It's a great album, very much old school rock and roll, and it's gotten great success. So I'm very happy for him. He's a fantastic artist. Looking forward to seeing what more the Conspirators do, as well as his personal work. It was recently announced that he is going to be working with Universal Studios on one of their 3D attractions, the Clowns 3D Maze, for Halloween Horror Nights. He's going to be doing the original score for that maze, so lots of cool stuff coming from him. But you can find that review and others on our channel, as well as interviews, previews, all that fun stuff on our YouTube channel. So make sure you go check it out. Subscribe to that channel if you want to see the latest from us. And make sure you check out the magazine. All the links for everything I've talked about are going to be in the description below. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave those comments and give us a big thumbs up. Please like this podcast, favorite it, share it, and comment on it. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. If you want to see my own personal videos, daily vlogs and stuff, that'll all be in this channel as well. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you. And Honor Quest Magazine signs off. Thank you, guys.